Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be doing an MSG steak experiment. Now, everyone's got their own opinion on MSG, and that is fine. Today, we're going to be experimenting between MSG and salt. We're going to dry brine 2 steaks, one in salt, one in MSG, and then we're going to cook them to see what comes out best. I haven't done this experiment before, so I'm really looking forward to it. I have experimented with MSG in other ways, but not purely on its own on a steak. So we'll get stuck into it. All right, so we're going to be using 2 little Scotch fillet or ribeye steaks for this MSG experiment. So we'll go ahead and just season them up like we would with any other seasoning. A nice even coat on both sides, and we're going to let them dry brine for about 2 hours in the fridge. All right, so we've got our MSG first. We'll go ahead and season that one. You can get MSG from a lot of Asian grocers. Not sure where else sells it, but you can ask around, you can Google it. See where you can get it that's nearest to you. So that one's nice and seasoned up. You can see the MSG pretty much dissolves almost straight away. And then we've just got some kosher salt for the other steak. All right, so it's going to be pretty easy to tell these steaks apart. The salt, much heavier granule, and it hasn't dissolved straight away. The MSG has pretty much dissolved straight away, and it almost just looks like a normal steak again now. So what we'll do is we're just going to leave these in the fridge uncovered for 2 hours before we get stuck into cooking them. All right, so we've hit our 2-hour mark with the steaks. Let's get them out and have a look. All right, so you can still see a few granules on the salt brine steak. The MSG has pretty much completely been absorbed. All right, as you can see, that brine has drawn a bit of moisture out of that steak, and there's also a slight discoloration. That's not from the brining, that's just purely from the freezer bag I had them in, and the steaks were touching and overlapping each other, and the discoloration is caused just by a lack of oxygen from where the steaks were touching. So we're going to go ahead and cook these now. I'm going to cook them hot and fast over some direct heat, flipping them every 30 seconds until we reach our desired internal temperature, which is going to be 130 Fahrenheit or 54 degrees Celsius. Now, if you're trying this at home, go ahead and cook your steaks the way you like them. This is more of just a flavor experiment, like I said before, to see the difference between a salt and an MSG brine. I'm very excited to see the flavor difference and what the MSG has done or what the salt's done. So let's set up our barbecue and get these steaks cooking. All right, so our steak is done. As you've seen, the MSG steak for some reason developed a much nicer crust. So we're just gonna let these rest for about 10 minutes now to let all of them juices relax back into the meat evenly before we slice them up and do our taste test. Right, we're all rested and sliced. Now it's time for a taste. We'll start with the salt brined one first. Still a super tasty steak. That's nice. Still pink in the center, but it's not about the way it was cooked. It's about flavor. So now the MSG steak. It's just got such a better crust on it. Oh, wow. 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 That's an experience. It's so hard to explain. It's not a specific flavor it adds. It's just whatever's already in there just brings more of it out. So it's just a super beefy hit. That is just, that's something else. It just brings out whatever's in there. I guess that's exactly why it's a flavor enhancer. It's really enhanced the beefiness of that steak. That MSG just brings out and enhances whatever flavor's in there. So it's just super beefy, really nice, not overpowering. MSG, hands down. I probably could have gone a bit more heavy-handed on it too, but hey, that's what the experiment's all about. I'm gonna go eat the rest of these. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or if you've played around with MSG a bit more, but that is a winner. That's a really fun experiment. Glad I've done it. Gonna do a few more. Let us know if you want to see more videos experimenting with MSG, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.